Welcome to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast, your go-to source for all things women's health. I'm here to guide you through the ups and downs of hormonal changes, helping you understand how these shifts impact every aspect of your life. So whether you're in the perimenopause phase or really any other phase of life, looking to improve your overall well-being, or just seeking practical tips on stress management, nutrition, and fitness, then this podcast is for you. Join me as we explore holistic and functional approaches to health, share expert insights from guests, and empower you to feel your best at every stage of life. Before we dive into today's episode, I want to remind you that the information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any medical condition. Always consult with your healthcare provider before making any changes to your health regimen. Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I'm Jenifer, your guide on this journey to holistic health and vibrant living. Today we're tackling a topic that's incredibly relevant but often misunderstood, and that is insulin resistance. How bad is it really? And more importantly, what can we do about it? A lot of these topics are random, but just like a lot of life, random things happen, and these are all real life from my experiences and those that of the clients that I work with and others that I read about, and whatever topics are trending. And so let's get started talking about something that is unfortunately more common than we think. We hear a lot about insulin resistance these days, especially in connection to conditions like type 2 diabetes, PCOS, and metabolic syndrome. But there's so much more to this story, particularly for women that is navigating perimenopause and beyond. And we'll dive deep into what insulin resistance is, how it impacts our hormones, and why it's crucial to address it now rather than later. And by the end of this episode, you'll not only understand insulin resistance on a little bit deeper level, but also have some actionable steps to help regulate your blood sugar and support your hormones. So let's get started. Let's start with the basics. What exactly is insulin resistance? Well, to put it simply, insulin is a hormone produced by your pancreas that allows your cells to absorb glucose or sugar from your bloodstream to use as energy. And when you eat, particularly carbohydrates, your blood sugar levels rise and your pancreas releases insulin to help shuttle that sugar into your cells. Say that 5 times over and over again. However, when you have insulin resistance, your cells don't respond as well to insulin signals. It's like trying to open a door with a key that's become worn out. No matter how many times you turn it, the door doesn't open easily. And I know this because when I moved into my place now, the key would just not turn. It would keep on getting stuck. And yeah, it's a horrible thing. And as a result, your body has to produce more and more insulin to get the same effect. So over time, this can lead to higher insulin levels in your bloodstream, increased blood sugar levels, and eventually conditions like type 2 diabetes and more. But here's the thing, insulin resistance doesn't just affect blood sugar. It has a ripple effect throughout the body, particularly when it comes to hormones. And that's somewhat, people don't really think about that when they think of insulin resistance. So let's dig a little bit deeper into how insulin resistance impacts our hormones. For women, this connection is particularly crucial. Insulin isn't just a blood sugar regulator. It's a master hormone that affects other key hormones, including estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So here's where it gets interesting. When your body has to produce more insulin, it can disrupt the delicate balance of other hormones. For example, high insulin levels can lead to an increase in androgens, which are male hormones like testosterone, in women. And this is particularly relevant in conditions like PCOS, where women often experience symptoms like irregular periods, acne, unwanted hair growth due to elevated androgen levels. But even if you don't have PCOS, insulin resistance can still wreak havoc on your hormonal health. It can contribute to estrogen dominance, where you can have more estrogen in your body relative to progesterone. And this imbalance can lead to symptoms like weight gain, especially around the abdomen, mood swings, heavy, painful periods, etc., etc. And let's not forget about cortisol. That's the stress hormone. And so insulin resistance and high blood sugar levels can keep cortisol elevated, which further disrupts your hormones and can lead to issues like anxiety, definitely poor sleep, and even more weight gain. So why is insulin resistance such a big deal for women, especially during midlife? Well, one key reason is that as we approach menopause and perimenopause and menopause, our bodies naturally become more insulin resistant. And this means that even if you've been healthy and active your whole life, you could suddenly find yourself struggling with blood sugar issues as your hormone levels shift. And estrogen has a protective effect against insulin resistance, which is why women tend to have better insulin sensitivity before menopause compared to men. However, as estrogen levels decline during perimenopause and menopause, this protective effect diminishes or is like vanishing away, making it easier for insulin resistance to develop. Moreover, during this time, our bodies become more sensitive to stress, which can really increase insulin resistance. And the combination of lower estrogen, higher cortisol, and the natural aging process can create a perfect storm for blood sugar issues, and that's what we do not want. It's important to realize that insulin resistance doesn't just impact blood sugar, it can also affect nearly every aspect of your health. Here are a few lesser known effects that it actually have. So insulin resistance can lead to an increase in the triglycerides and LDL. LDL is known to be like bad cholesterol, while lowering HDL, and HDL is known for that's the good cholesterol. So this imbalance increases your risk of heart disease, which is particularly concerning for women as they approach menopause. There's also growing evidence that insulin resistance is linked to cognitive decline in conditions like, for one, Alzheimer's disease, which some researchers are now calling type 3 diabetes, and I'm saying that in parentheses. And this is because insulin plays a role in brain function, and resistance can lead to, impaired cognitive performance. Elevated insulin levels can also affect your skin and hair. You might notice skin tags, dark patches on your skin, or thinning hair. These are signs that your insulin levels might be out of whack. And it also is a storage hormone. When your insulin levels are consistently high, it signals to your body to store fat, particularly around the abdomen. And this can make it incredibly difficult to lose weight, even if you're doing all the right things with diet and exercise. That's why I always say there's more to losing weight than just diet and exercise. We really have to look at our stress piece. That plays a huge role in our emotional piece as well. When your cells aren't able to effectively or efficiently absorb glucose due to resistance, you might feel tired and sluggish. Well, your cells are essentially starved for energy, even if you have plenty of sugar in your bloodstream. So now that we understand a little bit how insulin resistance can impact so many areas of our health, let's talk about what we can do about it, because that is the most important thing as well, besides knowing what it's about. So the good news is that insulin resistance is often reversible, especially with the right lifestyle changes. And here are some practical steps that you can take. So focus on whole foods, especially those that are high in fiber. Fiber does slow down the absorption of sugar and helps keep your blood sugar levels stable. And think vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. Avoid refined carbohydrates and sugars, which can cause spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Instead, opt for complex carbs like sweet potatoes, quinoa, and brown rice. Include healthy fats in your diet. This is so important, such as avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, etc. These fats help keep you full and satisfied, and they have a minimal impact on blood sugar levels when you pair it with protein and fiber. And don't forget about protein. Protein helps stabilize blood sugar levels, so include a good source of protein with every meal, whether it's from animal or plant sources, whatever you prefer. And exercise is one of the most effective ways to improve insulin sensitivity. It helps your muscles absorb glucose without the need for insulin, which reduces the demand on your pancreas. And aim for a combination of cardio, like aerobic exercises, walking, cycling, and also resistance training, like lifting weights or using resistance bands. Both types of exercise has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. And as we've discussed, stress can exacerbate insulin resistance by keeping cortisol levels high. So incorporate stress management techniques into your daily routine or nightly routine, whether it's meditation, deep breathing exercises, or even just grounding and just spending time in nature. That's all. Nature is the best for every single thing. And ensure you're getting enough sleep. Poor sleep can increase insulin resistance, so try to aim for, everybody is different, but try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. And we want to support our liver. So the liver plays a crucial role in managing blood sugar levels. Supporting our liver health is essential. Eat foods that support liver detoxing, such as leafy greens. Beets are really good. It's also good for your heart. And any cruciferous vegetables. Consider supplements like milk thistle or dandelion root to support liver function, but always consult with the healthcare provider before starting any new supplement or even any new herbal regimen. And if you're concerned about insulin resistance at all, you could consider using a CGM or what's a continuous glucose monitor. Even regularly checking your blood sugar levels with the glucometer. And this can give you real-time feedback on how your diet and lifestyle are impacting your blood sugar, as well as, the lifestyle piece for stress too and how it is impacting your sugar. It's pretty cool when you are using one of those monitors because you can really look at your whole day and see, okay, make notes as of when it spikes, what you were doing, what you were feeling, was there any stress, anxiety, anything like that. And you might want to consider fasting. So intermittent fasting can be a powerful tool, and it gives your body a break from constant food intake. And so you allow insulin levels to drop, which can improve your body's response to insulin over time. And I would just say start with a simple fasting windows like 12 hours overnight, and then gradually work your way up if it feels right for your body. I'm not a huge fan of longer fasting, especially for women and hormones, but, do what's right for your body. And again, this should always be approached with caution, of course, and consult with your healthcare professional. And so insulin resistance is a serious issue, but it's not a life sentence. And by understanding how it affects your body and taking proactive steps to manage it, you can significantly reduce your risk of developing more serious health conditions. So the key is to start now. Don't wait until symptoms become unmanageable or other things pop up medically for you. The action steps that we discussed today are practical, science-backed ways to improve insulin sensitivity and support your overall hormonal health. So you can try taking those steps today. It's something that you can start to do today or tomorrow. And remember, your health is a journey, not a destination. And on this journey, small, consistent changes can lead to big results. So take these steps to heart and know that you're empowering yourself to live a joyful, healthier, just more full life. So until next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Happy Hormones Coach podcast. I hope you found today's episode insightful and empowering. Remember, taking charge of your health is a journey, and I'm here to support you every step of the way. If you enjoyed this episode or any of the other episodes, please be sure to share, subscribe, rate, and leave a review. It does help me to reach more women like you who are striving for optimal health and happiness. And don't forget to follow me on social media for daily tips and inspiration. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, and keep thriving.